fueled by C4, Cellucor, and Extend. Use the code Clydesdale to get 20% off the checkout at c4energy.com. On Clydesdale Media, where we bring you the widest array of content here on our YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notifier so you're first to know when new episodes are available. What is going on, everybody? Surprises abound. As we come to you today, live on Wednesday. What's going on, everyone?
Hey.
If you don't know the cast and crew, we have Amy, we have Charlie, we have Kat back. So excited.
There's a cat in a hat.
Corey with the shout out and a lot of exclamation points. So, what's going on?
Well, back to work, guys. I'm in my office. First week back from the summer. We're getting our classrooms ready this week, so just getting serious.
So no kids yet?
No kids yet. We got they start on Monday.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're on the gentle ramp up.
It is. You know what? Let me tell you the problem. So I got really used to taking naps over the summer. And I had a problem yesterday because yesterday is our first day back, and I took a nap at 5 p.m. and that was not on purpose. I just fell asleep, and then that was a mistake because then I was up at 2 and 3 and 4. So
Not
Yeah,
fun.
I didn't take a nap, and I was up at 2, 3, 4. So yeah.
I don't know anything about soft start.
So Kat, what have you been up to?
Well, it wouldn't be a cat episode without some kind of a butt story. So I had a colonoscopy yesterday. That was how I spent my Memorial Day or my Labor Day prepping for a colonoscopy.
was that your first?
My first. And
Was it for fun or for
my last, let me tell you. I understand why people don't get them because prep sucked and the afterwards sucked and the whole process was just shitty. No pun intended.
She did have one done unprofessionally.
Well,
She didn't bring any results.
right. I mean, the good news is your girl's got nothing going on down there. So no polyps, no anything. So I have another 5 years before I have to go back. But in all seriousness, you should go get one. Like, it's not a big deal. Stuff for me doesn't always seem to go as planned, and had some, the prep was really hard to get through, and I had like these weird, crazy gas cramps like afterwards in recovery. They were like trying to get me to leave, and I was like, I can't move. Like, I'm not going anywhere. Like, this isn't happening. So, all good. But no fun not eating on Labor Day.
Oh, yeah. Yuck.
So what's the fast for that? 24 hours?
Yeah, like I started prep at 7 a.m. on Monday morning, and I didn't eat again until almost 7 o'clock on Tuesday, but that was just because I felt like garbage afterwards. But my procedure, I could have eaten as early as probably noon, 12:30, 1 o'clock. It's like 29 hours. No big deal.
Philip Kelly, he does a home one before he goes to hang out with Jake Chapman. And Jake Chapman, they do together a DIY one involving a garden hose and a wood chipper.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, the only part I don't remember is the actual colonoscopy. I remember everything else. So it's all good.
Yeah. Well, it's good to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
The CrossFit World has not been quiet this week for the off season. It has been uber crazy with Mr. Roman Krennikov making some statements. He appeared last night on the Savon podcast. I don't know if anybody got a chance to see it. It was a hard watch.
Yeah, it was hard.
It was 2 hours of mostly Roman talking in Russian and waiting for the interpreter to then kind of catch up. And he would go on for 5 to 10 minutes at a time. So I started moving to like, thank goodness I didn't watch it live. I went to 1.75 speed through the Russian and then backed it down to regular speed.
That's a good
idea. Thanks.
Yeah,
and she wasn't really interpreting either. She was kind of, I mean, she wasn't translating. She was just interpreting.
I'm not saying that.
She added in her own.
Yeah.
Things because she knows him, and she kept saying that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the 2 hours, I don't think I knew any more than I did going into the 2 hours.
That's
so
frustrating. So is it what we think then about the 5K and the nudge, or?
Yep.
Yeah, that's all.
Pretty much that. And the only thing new that I learned was that Jeff Adler talked to Roman in Russian. So Jeff upped his smack talk to a level where he learned certain phrases in Russian to be able to yell at Roman.
Okay. Interesting.
Maybe they were lost in translation. He didn't have the emphasis on certain words.
And so the funny thing I took away from it is that like Roman doesn't even seem mad about it. So I'm almost wondering if like his post wasn't meant to be like he was offended. It was meant to just make people aware of what kind of went down, but he's not really upset about it. He said that Jeff is his friend. They'll continue to be friends. And he was laughing and like throughout the interview. And I'm really confused. None of this makes sense to me. But at the end of the day, I'm really upset that Jeff Adler has worked his ass off for years to get to a championship. And I feel like it's being tainted by all this stuff around it. The only reason he won is because Roman got hurt. Now Roman's saying that he was playing dirty during the thing. It just sucks for Jeff, who has put his whole heart and soul into this for years, incrementally getting better every year to the point where he was one of the fittest people on the floor. And because he was so fit, he pushed Roman to have to push. And then Roman's body broke down at the end. Mm-hmm. And that's what it is.
I can help you out, Corey. One of my teachers here speaks Japanese. I can get you some slang. Tell me what you want to know how to say, and I'll find out for you.
ACR said, some people are not going to want someone to touch them. That's going to be a bit too far for some people. I agree, other than it was just incidental. Like when he touched him they came in through the stadium and Jeff went like this to the crowd. And in that moment, he touched Roman.
I think somebody's being a little sensitive.
It seems like it. And maybe you're right. Maybe that post was not meant to cause such a shitstorm. And maybe we all just, as silly Americans, have interpreted it a certain way. Because
it's like they're buddies and they're just really
right.
Listen, Kenneth, we are not Canadian biased on this show.
I am.
Just because I pick them to win doesn't mean that I'm Canadian biased.
I think he meant from the comments section, maybe.
No. This is a running joke.
Oh, that's you. Okay. See, I'm out of touch. Darn it.
So
I
that's
think Adler should go full heel turn. Channel some Ric Flair, dirtiest player in the game. He's setting up traps for people on the events. Do it.
There you go.
We need it. We thought it was going to be Ricky, but nope. Jeff Adler.
Well, I find it hard to believe that like Vellner wasn't doing some of this stuff in the back.
Yeah.
Or on the course. Like
him and Fikowski are known for this stuff.
Yeah.
Remember Hefner used to be like that, and he'd be like, people would get mad at him because he's just trying to have a good time, and everybody's all uptight.
Yeah, I don't know.
Some people can't take it.
The chat
Corey's
seems
gonna find out.
that everybody wants to be touched.
Who doesn't?
But just in the morning, and then walk away. It's a song, Amy. You're not hip.
No. Okay, thank you.
He'll turn like Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
I know this isn't part of our show, but I am almost through the entire 3 hours of the Hulk Hogan interview on Joe Rogan. It has taken me forever to get through it.
Oh.
But it was very cool to reminisce about my childhood. Just saying.
Yeah.
Does he talk about the Bubba stuff?
He does not yet. He alludes to it, but he doesn't ever talk about it.
Let's read what Nick says.
I just want Adler to cut it out so we don't have to go through another interview like that.
Right.
Gosh, I don't want to make this the whole show. He also said something about he wasn't going to mention it until Adler talked about it a few times on podcasts and such. So many people were just saying or speculating, etc. So he decided to. Adler was only on 2 podcasts, and he only talked about it on one, and it was because he was directly asked about it. It wasn't like he went out of his way. Oh my goodness! Look, I just need to calm down.
Yeah.
Settle down.
You don't have to fight this fight.
I know. I was actually accused today. Not accused. I was asked if I let my Adler bias affect my riff.
That's a fair question.
Why
And
wouldn't
I
you?
said, well, I waited 24 hours to make the riff, so I didn't. So it was carefully thought out, thinking about all the angles. I really tried to eliminate as much as possible. If I would have done it Monday night, it would have been all Jeff Adler biased. I will admit. So when I do the riffs, I try to be very careful and thoughtful about them so that I'm not just venting. But sometimes they veer off. That one I don't think did, but there we go. Let's talk about good news. Did you see there's a new trading card released?
Yes.
I didn't.
It's a James Sprague rookie card, and it is limitedly printed.
And he just got engaged.
Just got engaged.
It's off the
Just
market,
moved
ladies.
to somewhere.
I have been working hard to get him on the show.
Oh yeah.
There's some there's been some shake-up-ish stuff. The Brute Camp is moving from Naples to Jacksonville.
Oh, really?
And so
That's a big move.
so all of them their leases are up, so they're all spread out around the country now. So now there's all this speculation: are they coming back or are they leaving for good? If you look at Fee, she's at Mentality right now.
Yeah.
Sprague is back up in Utah and Washington because they don't have any place to live until the new place is built or they can move into in January.
Where's Danielle?
According to Mr. Torres, she is still a Brute athlete, and I will say what Charlie and I saw at the games. She looks like she's a Brute athlete, right, Charlie?
She looks like she's comfortable.
Yeah. And this was not on the campus of the games.
This was off campus.
This was off campus.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
So that's a big shakeup. There's also talk that the Proven camp is breaking up.
I feel that.
2 major athletes are leaving. I have not heard who, but I can only think of 3 major athletes still there. So, and I don't think Olivia Kerstetter's leaving.
Correct.
So that, in my opinion, would leave Brooke and Saxon.
I feel like Saxon's gone for sure. The only reason why I'm hesitant on Brooke is only because Sydney being there.
Do you think Saxon's gone?
I do. I think Saxon's out of there.
Did he just have a baby, or did Spencer just have a baby?
No new babies.
Spencer just got
has a new
married.
wife.
Or is someone? Oh yeah, Spencer just got married. Okay.
Yeah.
Life event. I knew something was happening.
Yeah.
So that's everything going on there. Madrid starts tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Are we going to be able to watch that somewhere? Do we know?
From what I hear, the English version will be on YouTube.
Thanks, Corey. Yeah, I understand.
Judy Street's doing his own thing currently,
Yeah.
from what he's told us.
So I have heard that Street is actually going to Brute, taking over their bodybuilding program.
Uh-oh. Something else I got to
He's
buy.
going to be
Let's
like,
go.
he's going to be like the next
Charlie's in.
Philly.
You just sold Charlie right there.
Take my money. How many days a week is it?
Who else going to MFC? Scott, are you heading there?
I am.
Cool.
You are. Do you drive there?
Corey.
Yep.
You drive. Okay.
I'm
I'm going to be volunteering at MacFest that weekend.
cool.
Where's MacFest?
Well, we have 5 listeners that qualified for Masters Fitness Collective.
That's awesome. That's exciting.
So I'm going to do a mini documentary on our listeners.
Very cool. I wish I could go. I can't go to Indiana. But that's awesome. And I figured that weekend I'm going to be having some FOMO, so I figured I would put my skills to use elsewhere and support Wilson in that camp. So I'll be at MacFest. It's in Maryland somewhere, Amy, like between like Baltimore and DC. So within driving distance for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost called you to see if you could go to Metcon Rush.
Where's that?
Hagerstown, Maryland.
When is it?
Well, it was last weekend.
Oh, you should have let me know. I could have gone.
Yeah, it's like all the semifinal athletes we've interviewed were
Yeah.
competing.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, Madrid is this weekend. There are some major stars there, especially on the men's side. We have Travis Mayer, because he got hurt and couldn't compete at the games, is competing in Madrid, along with the Jukic brothers, Georges Karavas, Olda Supeniks, and then Noah Olson is debuting a team there with Chandler.
And Annika?
And
Annika's there.
Oh, okay.
Lena Richter from
Annika's there.
Oslo. She's there as an individual,
Oh yeah, no,
but not on Noah's team.
Yeah.
And Sydney McAlishan. Sydney McAlishan is on Noah's team.
Sydney McAlishan, didn't she just have an issue with her rogue submission or something? Got disqualified.
She did.
Who's her coach now? Did she leave CompTrain?
Last I knew, Jarrett Smith is still her coach, who is a CompTrain coach.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
I like Jarrett a lot.
Yeah.
I've gotten to know him this season. I think he is a very good coach. But, CompTrain is not run by Ben anymore.
Yeah.
It is Cole Sager's gig.
He's got to be getting paid still, though. He's no part of it.
So Ben is part of CompTrain, the app, and the global community. He is not working with elite athletes anymore.
But Cole is, right? Cole's like the head coach now,
Cole
right?
is the head coach now, correct?
do they have a bodybuilding program to be a part of?
Charlie,
So
Why
you can
didn't
do
you
the first
go-
days of that.
why didn't you go to the gym today? I was coaching.
I told you the day before. Actually, I wasn't coming.
Okay, I forgot.
Yeah.
I thought you were avoiding it because it was cardio.
I love cardio. I'm running a marathon. We talked about that.
No.
Me and my hip in full marathon mode.
Speaking of cardio, I have a 5K program for tomorrow, and I had to change it because everybody told me no one's coming. I have no control over my members. They have complete control over me. Sorry, Scott. I didn't mean to ruin the fun for tomorrow, but tomorrow's a 5K.
Okay. I'm not going. I have surgery on Friday, so I'm doing garage workouts this week.
So you're not going Thursday?
I'm doing garage workouts
Friday.
Dude, I can't get through 5 minutes of a workout right now.
Yeah, it's all good. I don't even have a 5K
I can't
mapped
either,
out.
but
I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't even know where the 5K would be. Like, we have a mile route, but we don't have a 5K. So I probably have to find one of those first before I program it.
I mean, you only need 2.73.
I know. I mean, we could do that 3 times, but that doesn't sound fun. I'd rather go out and back.
Is it a regular 5K or a CrossFit 5K?
It's CrossFit 5K. Oh, you're right. That's different.
So it's 2.86.
So 2.8.
Whatever.
Charlie,
Still,
Judy says she wants to drop into one of my classes. Do you think that people can handle my energy? Do you think our listeners can handle that?
Depends on what time.
Some of them. Is she ready to dance?
I do like to dance, and I do have a lot of energy that comes at 5 and 6:15.
Is she ready to do jazzercise?
I could do. I kind of feel like maybe I was supposed to be a jazzerciser.
it's really funny.
That's actually the new name of the show. We're going to
Jazzerciser.
announce it at the end. No, two surgeries.
Surgeries and a colonoscopy.
Yeah, that's the new name of the show. Every Monday at 2:30, except for when we have it on Wednesdays.
That's awesome.
I mean, we are old. So.
Yeah. So back to Madrid. So you have that team, and then you have Annika on the women's side. You have Karen Freyova, and Victoria Campos. Those two are the only games athletes on that side. And then you have Annika, Jacqueline Dahlstrom, people who didn't make the games trying to get a competition in that pays out really, really well. I've heard it said that Madrid is actually the largest competition in the world because it is a community event and everything else. So,
you know what I think it is, Corey? I think it should be called Excuses. That's what it seems like. On Wednesdays, it's called Excuses.
yeah.
Why we don't work out.
Today?
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Wad Zombie says, let's bring Kat's doctor on to go over the results.
No, there are no results to show. I'm clean as a whistle. That's what she told me.
Judy Reed, new to CrossFit. She just hangs out on the CrossFit podcast. She doesn't actually do CrossFit until this July.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
But she can kill some Orange Theory. Kenneth, probably not something you should be typing into the chat.
You should be one to talk, Scott.
What are you talking about? My work internet's awesome.
Yeah, I'm just saying your work day is happening right now.
Because I pay for my work internet.
Yeah.
When we
go
so
off
the last
Monday,
thing I was gonna share, and then we can go off on all the different tangents after this. But there is Rogue has started their invites. And they're doing it in a weird way where they're starting at 14. And last week we talked about how Bethany Shadburn didn't get an invite, and there was speculation that that was because Tia was going to get one. And then they started at 15 with Karen Freyova and Will Morad. They went to 13 with Annie Thorsdottir and Bailey Martin. Oh, I'm sorry. 13 actually was Justin Medeiros. So they skipped Justin Medeiros to Bailey Martin. And then they go to Emily Rolfe at 12, BKG at 11. And then they skip 11 women's, which is Emma Tall, and go to Paige Powers and then Yella Hosta. So there are people, and then Danielle Brandon at 9. So there are people missing in this countdown from 14 to 1 with no explanation, just for us to kind of dissect and see. And then it was announced yesterday by Barbell Spin that the leaderboard for the qualifier would be finalized and public yesterday. It's still not public today. So
what are your thoughts? I mean, do we think people were just invited and declined and that's why they were skipped?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that would be my thought.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I think with Medeiros for sure. Emma Tall, I don't know why you decline that, but she may have reasons.
Yeah.
Because it is a fully funded event where they get paid for travel to come. They get put in a hotel, and everybody gets paid. So
I mean, that's a pretty nice gig.
Yeah, I mean, you think either like injury or they really just are trying to buckle down and focus.
Yeah, it could be too much travel that she's done and doesn't want to travel back to the States. I don't know. I mean, Justin, when we last saw him on a video, he was very much, gosh, I don't even know how to describe it. If you haven't seen it, you should. He is very much about how the pressure got to him, and mentally he's struggling. And so I think that's why you're not seeing him on this list, that he needs some time away.
Yeah.
But I just find it interesting. It's a weird way to announce it from bottom to top, and then you're just seeing who's missing along the way. And then it's an invitational, so they can invite whoever they want. At the end of this, it could be Tia gets an invite. Hell, they could invite Rich to go or bring them out of retirement. There's nothing stopping them from doing any of that kind of stuff. But I just found that interesting. And the only reason we know Sydney got disqualified was because she announced it. So we're not hearing any of that stuff from Rogue themselves, but she mismeasured a tape line, and that invalidated a workout completely and disqualified her from the qualifier. So Rogue is not playing around at all.
No.
Oh my gosh. Philip Kelly's memoir is titled From Bottom to Top. Just so you know.
Okay.
Love it, guys.
And then if you didn't see the Justin thing, he said that him and Ellie were going to go to Australia for 3 months or something, and they were going to vlog their experience. So Nick points out that he will be vlogging instead of going to Rogue.
Elise is correct. She said she heard that Charlie and I are getting invites. Yep. That's why he wasn't there today. He has been secretly training outside of the gym. So that I don't see how fit he's really getting, I think.
Yeah, but you guys got invites to the Legends.
How dare you?
Obviously.
So
obviously, yes.
The only other thing I had on here for news, well, actually 2 things. And Andre Houdet, someone that we all have loved dearly and have had on the show, announced his retirement yesterday from CrossFit.
He's going to coach.
Yep. And he had a ton of athletes at the games this year.
Yeah.
A ton. So he's becoming very successful with the coaching, but we wish him all the best. He is a treat to talk to, and love that he has found a new passion, is moving in that direction. And then the last thing I have is Dave said yesterday on his weekend review that they know what the site is for the 2024 CrossFit Games, and that he just recently visited it 2 weeks ago, but there was no announcement. And he wouldn't give a date for when there would be.
It's October. I feel it. And it's Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, how awesome would that be?
Amazing. Also, that's a rumor. Guys, don't share that. You did not.
Yeah.
That's no.
Do we think it's going to be the same time frame?
Please share it, please. Please share it and make it happen.
Okay. We'll peer pressure them into doing it.
I told you I would barbecue for everyone. Smoked brisket for all.
That'd be awesome. Do we think it's going to be the same time though? First week of August.
I mean,
Probably.
if they're going to change the season up, they're going to need to announce that soon.
Right.
You know,
I've heard way too many things in the last 24 hours. I've heard that they're going to redo the world rankings. I've heard they are going to look at the season structure. Can't we go 1 year without?
I'm
all
tired.
that?
I'm going to throw a fit. I'm over it. I'm tired of all the constant changing.
I am too. I don't think the world rankings are valid. What's that? Go ahead, Amy.
I think it makes us look like idiots in the world. What the hell is this sport? Can they even figure out what they're doing in their season? No, we can't because we change it every year. Let's do
Corey
two opens.
Corey Leonard is voting for Charlie in for number 7 in the world.
He's trying to do the opposite of Adler. I see this game. They're trying to butter me up before the open.
Andrew Stanton has cracked the case. It's the season has to be unknown and unknowable. It's not about the movements or the standards. It's about the season. And Wadzombie, I am sure CrossFit is going to do everything to promote Loudon Live's Wadapalooza SoCal. Because I know Dave is all about the other competitions.
Right. Totally.
So, I don't know. I want something consistent. That's all.
I just want to know where and when.
I'm not avoiding change. I'm not afraid of change. I just need a break from change. I would like to set a boundary on change. Okay?
You set too many boundaries. You should live a little.
I'm really good at setting them. So I'm really just...
Why don't you go up the slide, Amy, instead of down?
I do go up the slide, okay?
And the fighting begins.
Yep, we get in these tiffs. It's okay. We'll carry it over till Friday when he's in class.
Yep.
And doesn't do the warm-up, so that's fine.
But I'll have camo on.
Yep, Fridays we wear camo. It's a thing.
I like that.
Yeah. That's how you create a cult within the cult.
I will tell you that a lot of people have DM'd me that now they think the games is in North Carolina.
That'd be cool.
Because in the weekend review, Dave talked about going to Fort Bragg. And then said and then in that also he said he visited the site. I don't know. I think that's stretching a bit. The man flies all over the country all the time. So yeah.
I'm anxious to hear.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just text Dave and ask him. Maybe he'll.
Yeah, go ahead. Just go ahead. Just say, listen, I know there's been some talk. If you just want to go ahead and let us know.
I'll reach out.
So we can stop spreading rumors.
Nashville.
Yeah, if he wants to break it on the show, I mean, we
cool.
have a platform, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be real cool.
Here's a funny story for you. Not CrossFit related, but my darling daughter started college. She's in a dorm. She's walking all over the place. You know how that works when you have to walk to class. Mm-hmm. And she just ordered a pair of Hokas, I guess.
Yeah.
Because she's got like really bad plantar fasciitis or whatever. I don't know. She wants to be comfortable. But she showed me the shoes and I saw that the toe comes up real high. And we all know, if you listen to Squat University, that's like a bad thing for plantar fasciitis. You don't want that toe to come up. You want like a flatter shoe to like train your muscles in the bottom of your foot to like support you and not like be in flexion or whatever that is, or extension. And so she FaceTimed me today. She was walking home from class and she's like, beepity, boopity, doo, everything's great, whatever. And then she showed me the shoes and I saw that the toe was up and I was like, you know what? You might want to be careful. Like, I think those shoes probably aren't going to be good for your plantar fasciitis. And she's like, oh no, they're really comfortable. And it's like, just keep an eye out for them. And literally while I'm sitting here today at 3:04 p.m., damn it, my foot kills. You were right.
Yes, you were.
Yes, I was. I know. That kid, I swear. She's too funny. So she's doing good. How's Natalie doing with school?
Good. She calls me every day and I love it.
Good.
Just
good.
about
yeah,
little
I talk to Alice a lot.
stuff. So
that's good.
Mm-hmm.
She get along with her roommate?
Yeah. And then it's parents' weekend this weekend. So we're just going to go for a little bit, but I want to still give her space, but she wants us to come. So I was like, okay. But it's also our anniversary this weekend. So.
Okay. Well.
Going to spend time.
You got married in the fall?
What?
You got married in the fall?
I know.
What kind of savages are you?
I know. It was a night game too. And it's
I don't care about that stuff.
Thanks for inviting me.
Well, we didn't know each other, Charlie.
Oh, that's no excuse.
Was it a Friday night?
No. We got married
Saturday?
September 9th.
Was it a Saturday?
Yeah.
You didn't watch football that day?
Well, that's what we were saying. He's surprised that I got married in the fall because of Ohio State football, but we took a risk, and then it was a night game, and then
Oh, so was everyone watching the game at your reception? I feel like I've heard a story like this.
Yeah, a little bit, but it was all good.
Love it.
Yeah, we had a wedding this last weekend. So I had the Hotel Schweitzer for 3 days, which was a total joy. It was a blast. The wedding was so much fun. Got to see a lot of family and friends that I haven't seen in a while. It was outdoors with the reception indoors. So really cool. And it was done in a rose garden. Park of Roses for you Columbusites.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right
down the road.
Did you already send in a wedding gift?
Did I?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So just here's your reminder, because I don't know if you guys remember, but I went to my cousin's wedding back in April. And I just Venmo'd her this past week. Super classy of me. I asked her for her address maybe 3 months ago, and it's been sitting in my text. Like the last text I got from her was her address 3 months ago, and I finally decided to pay her some money. So don't forget the wedding gift.
They're going to Europe on the honeymoon at the end of this month. So I'm just sending them a card with money to help with the honeymoon. Nice. But it was always my nephew's dream to go to Ireland. Yeah. So they're going there. And then her dream was always to go somewhere else in Europe. I can't remember what it was. Maybe Spain? I think Spain.
That's awesome.
So they're doing both. Very cool.
Yeah. And then they're finishing up in Austria and Germany.
See, I was 22 when we got married, so we couldn't really afford that kind of trip.
Yeah,
I know, it sounds great.
And we lived in Florida. So, yeah, ours was pretty. We did the around the world in the Epcot Center there to make us feel like we visited 13 countries in one day. So with that, I don't have anything else. You guys got anything else?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you didn't fall off the shelf for...
Not yet. I'm good. Someone was complaining about the ice in my drink, so here you go.
Probably, it could have been mine too.
I don't know. It's good to be back.
Because I'm selling off a lot of my memorabilia,
Yeah.
to try to buy a really nice camera to do interviews with. And I had to take 6 boxes to eBay, or 6 boxes of eBay stuff to the post office to mail out. And I got myself a Starbucks on the way back.
Nice. I discovered a caramel cold brew at Starbucks. I had one on Saturday, and it's delicious. My new favorite. I can't afford it, but hey, I'm trying.
Yeah, this is an espresso shake up. I'd never had one before, but it's with oat milk, and it's really, really good.
Oh yeah, I usually get oat milk with mine.
Yeah, I'm not usually a Starbucks guy, but sometimes it was really hot out today, and I just wanted something iced and caffeinated.
There you go.
So
now I want one.
Yep.
And I'm out of C4. So my dealer, my dealer, whoop, that way. My dealer
It's coming. It's coming.
All right.
En route.
All right, guys.
right.
Happy hump day.
Yes.
Yep. With that, everybody, thank you so much for the chat. You guys are hilarious. We will see you next time on Clydesdale Media Roundtable.